Good
evening.
Yeah, you go.
I was waiting like 10 seconds for you to
No,
open.
I was waiting for you. All right. No. Okay. Well,
Okay. Chooch.
yes.
Alright, so that's Chooch. I'm SniperSR, and welcome to today's race of Kirby and the Amazing Mirror any percent. Oh my goodness, what a train wreck.
Yeah, here on SpeedGaming 2.
Anyway, the race started immediately. So, to start off with the runners, Thomas is someone who's actually been running this game for a super long time. But he likes to do this thing a lot called resetting.
Yeah, Thomas is a notorious stickler for early game resets in whatever he runs, most notably Kirby and the Amazing Mirror or Nightmare in Dreamland. He probably has like
about wheel mix here.
Wheel mix is a mix where you mix wheel.
FasterSuperSonic is just skipping it. Now, FasterSuperSonic, someone who has learned the game for the tournament, so he hasn't quite learned the wheel mix yet. Thomas restarted his timer. Please don't tell me he forfeited. Oh, his stream disconnected. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, FasterSuperSonic is going through Rainbow Route using an ability called Burning. The reason why someone might want to skip. Or are we restarting the race? Hang on, I'm just quickly gonna to change the audio. So with this route, instead of using wheel is an ability that we choose to mix for because it's the fastest possible. It's the fastest horizontal movement. But when we skip it, we use burning. Oh, it looks like we're restarting.
Unfortunate.
Good. We did a horrible job explaining the beginning.
So can we get some background on these two runners first?
All right, so
Sniper,
Thomas.
You can talk about Thomas. I'll talk about Faster.
So Thomas is most notable for running Niddle. He also runs this game, but he resets a whole lot. So his early game is like notoriously good, but his late game is pretty bad and pretty inconsistent, unfortunately. He loses a lot of time on later segments like Candy Constellation and Krakow. Now, FasterSuperSonic is someone who learned the game for the tournament. So he hasn't learned any of the mixes, like any of them. So we're going to be seeing some really niche but really cool strats from FasterSuperSonic. Looks like there's a new race room on SRL.
Yeah, FasterSuperSonic is also... You also might know him on the off chance from running Super Mario 64 ROM hacks.
Oh.
That's where he most notably hangs out. I actually knew him from Kirby first, but I've been hanging out with the Super Mario ROM hack guys for a long time. But I actually just learned that he was part of those guys as well, more recently.
Yeah. Now, FasterSuperSonic is also a fairly respectable runner in Nightmare in Dreamland, the other GBA Kirby game.
Also made by... wait, was that also...
So we have a runner who goes for like really hard strats, super inconsistent later in the game. And then we have FasterSuperSonic, who is essentially doing the easiest strats. So it could be an interesting race. Yeah. It was a little tricky to explain the beginning because I wanted to introduce the runners, but then the race immediately started as soon as we started commentary.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to do when that happens.
Now it looks like the... Oh, whoops, doesn't look like there's enough time to do that. Anyway, so I guess we gotta explain the tutorial area a little better this time. the first thing that should be noted is that overall, movement in the air is faster than movement on the ground, whether you're dashing or not. In the second room, we see the gate skip. And in the third room, we see the wheel mix. The gate skip is 2 really precise jumps.
Yeah, it's 2 really precise jumps. You just have to time it well. It's a very, easily practicable trick in the game. It shouldn't be that much of a problem for people who have, practiced this game, especially the early segments a lot, like Thomas. However, you can still mess it up.
Ooh, both of them got gate skip. So now with the wheel mix, when you inhale 2 enemies next to each other, you will be able to activate a mix. It's a roulette. It always has the same order, and the starting position depends on the very first enemy you suck. Now Thomas gets wheel on the second try, so he should be able to save quite a sizable amount of time. The wheel mix overall, when done optimally, saves 30 seconds, so it takes about 6 tries for it to break even with no wheel mix.
Yeah, and I mean, it's unlike Nightmare and Dreamland, like, you should just reset if you don't get wheel mix. Wheel mix is one of the earlier things you should learn in this game, especially if you want to do, like, non-race setting attempts.
And the movement is so much easier with wheel too.
It's so
honestly.
easy. But
wheel
like, if you're looking for
wheel is super beginner friendly in this game, I find. Especially more so than some other Kirby games that it's featured in.
Mm-hmm. This does allow you to jump in it as well. And so, it is more beginner friendly because you know, with the ability to jump and turn and all the invincibility frames that you have with that as well, it's a lot more friendly to not knowing, like, for us who speedrun Nightmare and Dreamland, you have to know where the long, flat portions are, and even, like, at best, in some rooms, it's like one wheel jump and then you instantly unwheel. Like, that's just how it is. But in this game, a lot more friendly, because you can read what's happening, you can adjust, you can turn around and still not worry about getting hit.
Using a double star to quick take out a lot of health from Frosty. Continue, Chooch.
Oh, I was just about done there.
Okay, so it's important to note that FasterSuperSonic picked up Missile, and that's just what you do with the burning route, because overall Missile is better than burning, but and it kings in vertical movement, but wheel still is faster horizontal and much more versatile and way easier to use. Missile is super difficult to use correctly.
Yeah, I would say that it is much harder to use than Ball in Nightmare and Dreamland, if you're familiar with that. Because at least in Ball, it's like, you don't have to deal with the, like, slower turns that Missile has.
So, Thomas hit that switch, which basically opens up the rest of the game, open world Kirby game, and he picks up Stone. This is why you pick up Stone. That's why you pick up Stone.
Kill Stone fast. Kill the other Stone fast.
Exactly. So, FasterSuperSonic picked up an invincibility candy. It doesn't increase your speed when using wheel, but it does when you don't have an ability, so you pick it up in that route.
Interesting. I wasn't really aware of that. I only learned the wheel out.
Yeah, it doesn't increase your speed in Nightmare and Dreamland. That's new to this game.
And it's a mechanic that they carried through to most, if not all, other modern Kirby games.
So, I mentioned very briefly that it's open world Kirby game, and there needs to be a better emphasis, because basically there's about, like, almost 100 different routes that you can take that are viable in this game.
85, as Rox had me know last race.
So, the runners for the first 5 bosses, they should be the same, but the final 3, their order will be a little bit different. That's why we have the trackers here. I'm gonna mark off King Golem for you.
Main column.
So King Golem's always done first, because you need to hit that switch to open up the rest of the game, basically. And King Golem's right there, so you might as well just do him first, rather than having to hit an extra switch and go back and do it later, do rooms that you've already done. So we do King Golem first. Now Thomas is coming into a very difficult room. A burning spike maze, as I like to call it. Ooh, he bonks.
Ooh. Ah, great recovery.
Yes. If the wheel touches the spikes after being out for about like half a second, it will explode and you can't get wheel back. This room's also really difficult, so some runners might want to do a fat Kirby strat, where basically you just inhale your ability, because every time you get hit, you lose it. So by inhaling your ability and just plowing through everything as a fat Kirby, you don't lose your ability, and you can just use it as soon as... You can just press down and use your ability when you need to. We might see FasterSuperSonic do it.
Very likely that he will. It's a much safer strat, and it's really not all that much slower than doing the wheel thing.
Alright. FasterSuperSonic in the burning spike maze. Ooh, I like the little puff he did to avoid the flamer there. And he made the path for him much easier to get through. I like that.
Intelligent. So, if you notice in the bottom right of each runner's screen...
No fat Kirby.
Oh, wow. If you notice in the bottom right, it says the name of the world that they're in, and it also gives a number. There are 9 worlds in this game, but only 8 bosses. Some designer thought it would be a good idea to have no boss of World 1. Can you imagine running around an entire open world game that says, hey, this is World 1, and there's no boss in it? King Golem's the first boss you can fight, and he's... What, World 3?
Well, when you take the Warp Star, because the path starting off is super linear, so you'll always make it to the Warp Star on a casual player's first segment, meaning that it will always take you to Moonlight Mansion. And if you sort of follow like the path that like kind of looks correct, then you should make it to King Golem.
Yeah, you should. But this is like... This is a Kirby
and now,
game. Like,
now that we're...
And then it makes me forces to think.
Yeah, now that we're past King Golem, the paths can be a lot more tricky. Right now, Thomas is in a very linear segment. Usually this happens when you're close to a boss. So...
If only we had high jump.
If only we had high jump. I actually tried to compare a missile mix in this room, but unfortunately wheel saves time.
Oh, because these next 2 rooms.
Yeah, that's why.
Wheel is utterly key to like getting by all this. Like it's just so crazy good in those 2 rooms.
All right, now for this boss, we pick up sword. Which boss is this? Choo could it be?
I don't know. I don't know who it is.
It doesn't say who it is because it says
it's
question
no
mark,
name.
question mark, question mark. Can't imagine who this boss could possibly be. Anyway, this boss can block you at random. Just like as you saw. Thomas tried to kill with the star, so he's gonna need to wait for him to shoot one more time. Ooh! He jumps over Thomas's attack. Thomas spits again. It's important to note that that can be like kind of unsafe because it can be blocked. And if it does get blocked, it can waste a lot of time depending on the luck.
Yeah, and if you did notice on Faster screen a few moments ago, he did kill Master Hand, the very same Master Hand in Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube, released November 21st, 2001.
So the next segment Thomas is doing is Molly. So we grab stone instead of wheel because we need to hit the stump. We actually don't need to hit the stump, but it's the best way to get through this area consistently. Now, another reason why we want stone is for this guy here. This is Bonkers. Alright, that was Bonkers. Now, Thomas is going to be using a little niche strategy against Mully, which is with Hammer. We'll be seeing FasterSuperSonic defeat Mully with Throw. Now, Hammer makes it so when Mully sort of perks his head out of the floor and then goes back in, it's gonna be good. But Thomas got a ceiling pattern. This is the worst pattern you can get with Hammer. This is the worst pattern you can get with Hammer. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so typically...
Is Mully gonna come to the floor once? Oh, he does now. Ooh, this is rough.
Typically, you would use Throw for that fight. And when you have
Supersonic finishes Meta Knight with just 1 health.
When you're using Throw for Molly, you can just hold the item that he throws back at you and just press the opposite direction making Kirby turn around and hold the item against against Molly, which does massive damage very quickly. Just like every single frame that you're holding the item above Molly is more and more damage. So the longer he stays in place, the better.
So I forgot to mention that the first door the first switch that you unlock leads to a room that has a wheel, making it very useful because we'll go back there quite a few times to get wheel again. So we're doing it once here this is the Mega Titan segment. Mega Titan's a really cool boss, but I kind of hate the segment itself.
I mean, it's kind of simple. You're going through Rainbow Route, which is, you know, one of the easier movement bits here.
Imagine not calling it Rainbow Route. Anyway, this one here can be kind of tricky. What Thomas is going to do, it's important to note that jumping up these platforms is faster than running, or excuse me, floating. And it saves a fair amount of time. But that room in particular with the Gordos, if you miss a jump, it can be very tricky or slow to get through without getting hit.
If you're watching FasterSuperSonic screen just then, you'll notice that he got a perfect Molly kill using throw. So he will be saving a lot of time over Thomas on that fight. However, he's still got a lot of ground to make up.
So Carrot Castle is where we fight Mega Titan. And here is the Cannon Spike Maze. This room is super hard, and if you miss a single cannon shot, you lose wheel. So instead, we fat Kirby as a safety. Thomas does the cannon room perfectly. Well done. This room that FasterSuperSonic is in is actually like pretty RNG heavy with the Heavy Knight. So it's actually super tricky to get through.
The Heavy Knight sucks.
Yeah.
Thomas dropping wheel there as he attempts the Gordo turn. FasterSuperSonic cruising along. Thomas in the auto scroller. You can't choose. These are cannons that auto fire you in one direction. You don't actually press A to determine when you get shot. And a long horizontal room leading up to Mega Titan. No! I have never seen that.
So Thomas turned around for whatever reason. When you are moving forward with wheel, you are completely invincible. Except for when you are turning around, then you are vulnerable. Thankfully in this game, the vulnerability frames are super nice. Oh no. FasterSuperSonic lost his wheel. He can go into the door and go back. He just respawned the wheel. I think that was a little smarter.
Good thinking.
Now, Thomas finishes the Titan Head, and very important, because we have wheel, we don't need a soft reset to save time. So we watch the Kirby dance. Enjoy! Okay, that was the Kirby dance, and that's the only time we're seeing it in the whole run. The next segment Thomas is doing is Gobbler. This might be my least favorite segment, I'm not too sure.
Gobbler is pretty annoying. It doesn't have, like, anything fun about it. It's got one of the more annoying mixes in the game, if not the most annoying mix.
Okay, I thought this as a kid, but looking back today, I kind of disagree with that. But anyway, Olive Ocean is pretty much a water world, so there's a lot of swimming. The movement can be kind of uninteresting at times.
Water worlds suck in all games, in general.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I just... Ugh. It gets on my nerves whenever I see a water world. Like, a water level here and there is fine, but like, just a whole water world, no thank you.
Now, FasterSuperSonic about to enter Mega Titan. Allow me to mark off Molly. Now, it's important to note that if you get hit once while underwater, and there's a ceiling, it's impossible to recover wheel. So it's very important that Thomas does not get hit in these rooms. Now, here's the mini-boss we have to fight, Boxy. It kind of showcases how wheel is against fighting things. Notice how Thomas turned a little too early, spat out the wheel, hoping to kill, but didn't. So he has to wait for Boxy to attack. Gets past. Now, we lost wheel, oh no, that's okay. We're going to do another mix here. See if he can nail the setup. The ability we're looking for is UFO.
Ooh.
He misses the setup.
It's a
But
quite
another-
difficult setup.
Yeah. Another ability that works is fire, and thankfully it's right after UFO. So landing the actual mix is an 8-frame trick. Thomas kind of struggling here.
He seems to be puffing a bit too early.
But Thomas swears behind the UFO fire mix. Gets it.
Oh, he really
Thomas.
wants UFO.
Thomas, what the heck?
It was a pride.
Why?
Just let it happen.
Thomas flexing?
I think he's just really kind of neurotic about this, and I don't blame him. It's something that he's going to want to have more down pat for the later stages of this tournament.
By the way, if Thomas misses the mix or setup once he resets.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why he still has over a 30 in this game?
Probably. More likely before that. Now, these next few rooms, we have normal, so we can afford to take hits. And in the next room, we're going to be doing a really cool looking damage boost. It's the only cool water room in the game, basically. Now, FasterSuperSonic, not too far behind. He's going to be entering the first area of the underground olive ocean area. Alright, so Thomas is going to damage boost off these spikes right into the bomb block. Misses the damage boost, unfortunately. He hits the ceiling, so he did it a little too early. So it didn't end up benefiting him too much. Who's adding me?
So, I've seen Kinnan use the burning ability that he gets in this room to break through the blocks, take the high route, and get past
why?
that goblin. I don't know. It's just a Kinnan thing. I love Kinnan. I respect what he does.
I don't even know if it saves time, but no one does it, so I'm going to assume it doesn't.
Yeah, if the Japanese don't do it, then it for sure does not save time.
Japan doesn't even have world record in this game.
Yeah, but it's Japan.
Okay.
USA has record in this game.
Anyway,
just
this room
because
here.
we have SK.
This room here is, notice how it doesn't have a ceiling, but no exit to the water, really. So if he gets hit once, he loses stone, which he grabbed for the boss. And if he loses stone, your alternative is sword, which is like, it's okay, but it's like, it's not stone. Oh, and I love the background in this room. The boss.
So
too.
we see FSS trying to...
Almost a one cycle. So, FasterSuperSonic is doing the UFO mix alternative, which is sword skip. Not getting good AI Kirby luck, and he can't get this footstool. Ooh, he's literally struggling getting this footstool. Oh no.
Ah, unfortunate. Did not get it off the red Kirby there. You can't just keep doing the same thing until you get it right there.
You want a footstool, so that way you're touching the ground for a couple frames, so you can input an up B attack, which will hit the bomb block, not requiring the mix. But unfortunately, FasterSuperSonic wasn't able to get the footstool very easily, so he lost quite a bit of time. Now, Thomas heading into everybody's favorite segment, everyone's favorite world, actually. You go to Pep twice in any percent, but both of the segments are very easy. Now, 100%ing Pep in a speedrun setting, or casually, is awful.
Ah, FasterSuperSonic missing the damage boost as well and struggling to get in that 1x1. However, he does get through, and swims just a bit too high.
Wait, did I say World 9? I said this world in... I thought I said this world in particular, but okay.
I think
Anyway.
he's in this world.
It doesn't matter anyway, because we're in World 7, Peppermint Palace. And in the next room, Thomas is going to be fighting Mr. Frosty. Ooh, Frosty charges forward. That's very good luck from Frosty, allowing for a super easy quick kill with Wheel. Now this is when the routes diverge. Thomas's final 3 order goes Hands, Whiz, and then Kracko. While FasterSuperSonic goes Krako, Hands, and then Wiz. So it is a completely different order for the final 3 bosses. But once we finish the final 3, we'll be on the same boss in the end.
I mean, it does all unite at the end, which is why we have this tracker in here. You can do, you know, you don't even have, you can mix it up earlier than before the last 3 bosses. It's just that you have to have, like, you know, after you keep Wheel for Mega Titan, then just going into the next segment, it's so much easier. So keeping that order fixed is fine. You can do other things in other orders as well, as long as you have
FSS
the doors
struggling
unlocked.
against Gobbler. And this room Thomas is in, I guess we never talked about Candy Constellation. It has amazing music, great segment, but some of the most difficult movement in the game. That star block maze he got through is really tricky to do quickly, and he struggled a little bit. This room, this is easily like one of the hardest rooms in any percent. Let's see how it goes. He almost lost Wheel a little bit early there. Oh, how did he make that? What? Crazy. Alright, so Thomas is on Master Hand, and FasterSuperSonic just got past the Mira. The Mira can be a little tricky if you don't understand how it works. And also, FasterSuperSonic isn't using Wheel. Nobody uses Wheel in this segment, but some runners may opt to actually get the Olive Ocean switch to instead use the Missile ability. This segment with missiles, however, is super difficult, so you need to play super well to save time. Ooh, Tom is struggling through a room designed for Wheel. I'd say that a lot of the game is designed for Wheel, but there are these specific rooms that just have a lot of slopes and no actual jumps. Those are the ones that are really designed for Wheel.
Just like the entire level before Heavy Mole. But we got Missile. Missile is very annoying, as we said earlier, when Faster grabs Missile. It's really hard to control, and this is one of the worst rooms in the entire game.
Thomas does the easy strat. Let's go, Thomas. But he lost Missile. That's okay. Going back for it wouldn't really help him too much. Thomas has 1 health. Don't die. Okay, he didn't die. We're good. Okay, so FasterSuperSonic is entering Battlefire. Battlefire is really annoying sometimes. Thomas, meanwhile, grabs Fire for the Master and Crazy Hands. Ooh.
Fire is good because when they do the clap attack like they're doing right now, you can hit both of them.
Yeah.
It's very convenient.
Now, if one of them does a if one of them does a fist from above, you can grab the Stone ability. Not a bad Master and Crazy Hands, but FasterSuperSonic is on the world whatever boss, the Mustard Mountain boss, Krako.
The big crack. The Great Leaqualizer.
The Great Leaqualizer.
The, what was he, like, Determiner?
Fishing for this final hit. And he gets it.
Yeah, you have to... When you're doing Stone against
Thomas
Krako,
can't decide if he wants Wheel or not.
When you're doing Stone against Krako, you really have to work for those hits. He does move around a lot. He's going down. You have to get, you know, just that slight little drift into him from the side with Stone.
Alright, now Thomas is doing Wiz before Krako. I really don't understand why anybody does this right, because Wiz is like probably the easiest segment of the game. Now, FasterSuperSonic grabbing Wheel and ready to go to Candy Constellation to fight the Master and Crazy Hands. Meanwhile, Thomas going for his second to last boss, Wiz. Is Wiz dumb? No, more like Wiz easy. Ooh, Thomas opting to wait for the tornado to go past him. You can wheel jump into it, and it creates a lot of lag frames, but I'm pretty sure it's overall faster. And it looks really cool. Now, Thomas grabbing Parasol.
The Parasol's going to do a lot of damage here because you can just hold B to do the attack. And as long as it stays on him, it's similar to, you know, holding throw against Molly. But the thing is, Parasol's right there in that room before it. We can't exactly mix for throw. So we have to settle for a Parasol. But
we could mix for throw, but that would be slow.
Yeah, it would be very, very slow considering how.
Now, what isn't slow is mixing for hammer, but that's like not too viable. It's doable, but it's hard. Now, Thomas moving on to his final boss, Kracko.
The big crack. The great equalizer. Thine giver and thine taker of runs.
Not in this game.
To a lesser extent in this game.
Ooh, Tom's doing a dash before the mirror. Ooh, doesn't scare it away.
Has no fear.
No fear.
I think it's really interesting that you can burning into walls and still enter the door at the same time. It kind of reminds me of in Skyward Sword, like the moment that you run out of stamina, you can still enter a door, even though it would normally put you in that walking animation.
Now FasterSuperSonic going through Candy Constellation. Ooh, this is wheel.
Ooh.
No! Oh! He sucked the block, so he wasn't able to float back up to safety and took a death.
Yeah, there's not enough time to spit the block out either.
Alright, so he's got to go through basically the entire Candy Constellation without an ability, because I'm not too sure if he knows any of the backup mixes. Meanwhile, Thomas on like probably one of the more annoying rooms of Kracko.
Ooh!
Ooh, and loses wheel, pays the price. Oh, he got hit by the little flame off the floor too. Will Shadow Kirby bless him? No. Shadow Kirby has a 1 in 3 chance of getting any of 3 items. A 1-up, a tomato, or a candy. The candy, invincibility candy, so it's very good against Battlefire. But Stone's also really good against Battlefire. So you just do that.
It's nice that invincibility candy does damage mid-bosses in this game. I don't believe they damage mid-bosses in Nightmare and Dreamland. However, they do, you know... They're kind of inconsistent with what it can do from game to game. Thomas kind of
struggling with Kracko.
It's kind of inconsistent with what you can do from it game to game. And, I mean, thinking about Squeak Squad boss to boss, you know, yet again versus what you can do to Miss Molly. It's a contrast. Beam percent from FasterSuperSonic. The beamiest beamer to ever have beamed.
Alright, so this is Dark Mennonite. And that's Dark Mennonite. So what we do there is we enter the dimensional mirror and then soft reset. So that way, when we go back inside with an ability like Stone, we can skip the cutscene. Unfortunately, we skipped the greatest cutscene on the GBA. So there's that. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh, that's a stone for FasterSuperSonic.
Basically zero consistency on this, because basically what a lot of runners want to do is slide into him so that way he does a downward stab, hopefully.
Can we talk about FasterSuperSonic using Smash here?
Oh.
The best ability in Kirby.
Wait, I don't see Smash.
Yeah, he's got Smash. Doesn't he?
Anyway, in the next room, FasterSuperSonic will be able to get Wheel again. In the Ultimate Flex mid-race, watch the DMK cutscene. Hey, I'm gonna do that. Thanks for the idea, Quill. Anyway, we forgot to mention that was Dark Mine. This is also Dark Mine, and the strat's very similar. We're gonna be using a double star. Thomas did the DM2 setup, yes! And he got bad RNG, so if he didn't do the setup, he wouldn't be able to hit him. I'm proud of you, buddy. It only took you like a whole year to learn it.
So,
anyway,
why do you have to fight? Why do you have to fight Dark Mine 6 times? Like, what is the deal with that? It just makes no sense to me. Why are there so many Dark Mings?
There's no real answer for this. But here's Dark Mine again. This is Dark Mine, in case you didn't know. And we're gonna be using a double star to kill.
FasterSuperSonic having a time with the missile. And just zooming up on there. Oh, if you break your missile, there's a very long recovery time. If you don't hit the ground, then you're kind of falling for like at least an entire screen while you wait to recover.
Not quite, but if you do like bust your missile super low to the floor, you will die and there's no way to recover. Unless you get like a footstool. But what would you be able to footstool off of?
Oh.
Thinking.
Easy clap. Easy clap again. Oh, no more clapping.
Alright, so this is Dark Mind 4, and this time a double star won't do enough damage to kill him. But, well, this is okay, because we want to get a green star. The green star is a little special introduced in this phase. It'll give you a mix, and we're going to be using that. Oh, he misses! Ooh, Thomas taking a beating. Oh, here's his attempt. Oh, he got it first try! Let's go! Oh, that's horrible! Darkmind just teleported right into Thomas. Now he's got to wait a little bit longer. He can shoot him right here. What? Why'd he wait? Oh no! Oh my gosh, please destroy the bomb. Oh, he would have died if he didn't. Don't wait.
Faster making his way through Peppermint Palace. Off to Wiz. And yeah, again, look at this. Perfect room for wheel. Again, mixing for throw would just be slow throw, slow
well,
bro.
you wouldn't mix for throw until the very last room. Anyway, Thomas on Darkmind 5. The reason why we want to use UFO is because it deals a lot of damage for single hits. And every time you hit Darkmind, he closes his little eye. Ooh, very good double hit. The mirrors that Darkmind shoots will also take damage. So if you hit the UFO shot for both of the mirrors, then it will do quite a bit of damage. Just one more shot, and that's it. Now FasterSuperSonic heading into Wiz. Now Thomas is heading into the last part of Darkmind, a shmup. This part, I don't know why they include this in the game, but cool, I guess. There's actually a lot of luck in it, so it's pretty annoying.
Good whiz right here.
Excellent.
Except
just needs
for
the last hit.
Triple. Yeah.
Well done. This is some of the slowest mashing I have ever seen. Anyway, that's like really all you can do. You just need to mash as fast as you can. Now Thomas finishes with the 3245 with just barely any health left. And now FasterSuperSonic has an entire Darkmind to go.
It's actually
GG.
It's okay to die during that last Darkmind phase because you just respawn in the middle of the battle. Still has the same amount of health. You lose barely any time.
This is actually only if you call the AI Kirby's into the fight. If you're on your own, the fight will restart.
Huh.
And you don't want to call the AI Kirby's if you have like full health, because they lag the game quite a bit.
This game is a laggy mess. Like right when you thought that HAL had made something properly, like the second that you opt to do multiplayer, it's just wow. If you could watch Kinnan and Sniperwave do a multiplayer speedrun of this game, and it is just like, ask them about the input lag or have them try to demonstrate it to you. It's crazy, even when you just add one more person to it.
Anyway, let's see if we can get Thomas in here for an interview. Oh, he's here already. GG Thomas.
A good game. Oh no, he's dead.
Oh no.
Ooh, low setup from FasterSuperSonic.
Ooh. He gets good luck from Darkmind, thankfully.
Yeah. I see him go to the lower position rather than the higher position more often than not.
my gosh. Thomas, what happened in SRL? He got done like 3 times. Thomas finishes in first place with a time of 27:20. That beats the world record of this game. What happened?
For SRL points.
So, FasterSuperSonic gets a nice Dark Mine 3. Dark Mine 3 can be really annoying because he introduces more attacks. Some of them, you can do nothing to hit him, and it's really annoying.
Ooh, interesting. And he saves it. Good save from Faster.
It's okay if you get hit because there is a Maxim tomato.
Yeah, I was gonna say recognizing he could take that hit.
Alright, let's see if FasterSuperSonic can get a green star. Ooh! That was really close. So now he's going to be getting the bunch of stars attack, whatever. This attack's pretty good because... Alright, he doesn't go for the mix, I forgot.
What's the alternative?
The alternative is to use the Master Ability. He can just kill him with Crash. Not like that!
Not like this. However, you know, there's a second bomb for that.
There, that will do it.
Good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff.
So we're going to be seeing Dark Mine 5 as Sakurai intended, using the Master Ability. Thomas exists. GG, Thomas. I guess Thomas only kind of exists. So, once again, we need to use the strongest attack we can do to damage the eye. So we use the upward stab. For some other attacks, though, when you have the mirrors out, you'll do some other things to make sure you don't get hit.
He got hit.
Well, Dark Mine 5 with Master can be very difficult.
Yeah,
Ooh,
which is why we get UFO.
Ooh, FasterSuperSonic recognizing that. A bunch of beams. A bunch of waddle-doos. My goodness.
Yeah, they have names. They're not just beams, they're waddle-doos. You can get beam from the laser enemies in Kirby Superstar and Kirby Superstar Ultra. It's important to recognize the importance of one species to the Kirby ecosystem. Upside down. It's like...
Yeah, the eye has invincibility when it's flashing white like that. So he wasn't able to get that hit there. Just one more hit.
One more hit. Nope. Yep. Nope.
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 That will do it. The mirrors don't actually need to take single hits, so you can. So that's why you would do the side B. Also, you need those invincibility frames to not get hit.
Stars.
Alright. Now, FasterSuperSonic heading into 6. I'm not too sure if this is a possible PB pace.
Hey, Thomas. I think he's going to stay quiet until Faster finishes. Nothing but respect.
Excellent. Did he have PB? Let me check. Yeah, he PB'd.
PB is gonna be free.
Yep.
P.
39:03, so that's a PB for FasterSuperSonic by 19 seconds. GG. Anyway, joining us now is Thomas. Congratulations on winning the race. Thomas. He finished. You can come out now.
He's dead. blame China.
Alright, I guess it's not happening.
Stand with Hong Kong, by the way.
Oh no. In other news, let me DM FasterSuperSonic a link to the race.
So the race? Kappa.
Where is he? Thomas, it's interview section time now. Alright. Thomas is typing, can we get an interview? Oh, yeah, this mic's just not working. Shoot.
I'll blame the Chinese government for that one.
Anyway, joining us now is FasterSuperSonic. In a second, hopefully.
He's in the setup channel.
Yeah.
He'll be here momentarily.
I will just wait. Anyway, while we wait for the runners to set up, make sure you follow the runners and the commentators. Thank you all very much for watching this race. Hopefully we will have an interview soon, momentarily.
Soon, TM.
Alright, joining us now is FasterSuperSonic. GG on the PB.
Yeah. GG.
Any comments about the race? Anything standing out to you?
Mainly just losing wheel.
In Candy Constellation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. Candy, unfortunately, is one of the easiest places to lose wheel the entire run. But one of the most punishing, because it's easily the longest segment of the game.
Yeah.
Now, FasterSuperSonic, one of the highlights of your run was a really good molly.
What?
Oh, Chooch said you had really good molly RNG.
Yeah.
Race.
Yeah, Molly stayed still for you right in the corner. That was definitely something good to happen in a race.
Yeah.
I mean, good to happen in general. This game is unforgiving, and people still think it's a better speed game than Needle.
Except they don't, and they're wrong.
Yeah, because it's not as good of a speed game as Star Revenge 2, Act 1, To the Moon.
Thinking. Anyway, it looks like Thomas's mic won't be able to work, and since we have been running pretty late, I guess we shall end off there. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you once again follow the runners and the commentators. Happening next on Monday is Ernator versus TG. Rox is apparently tracking the race 3 times. That's pretty amazing. Good luck to the runners. And anyway, thank you for watching once again, and have a good night.
We hope to see you soon.